think Kodak Black been sipping that shit, man. I think Kodak been off that powder, man. I don't know what he taking. I don't know if he's snipping perkies. I don't know if he's popping yerkies. I don't know what he doing, but I know Kodak is on that shit, man. It's bad. He done got arrested for drug trafficking in Orlando. I don't know what the fuck going on.
November of 2025, it was close to 1 a.m. when officers were dispatched after multiple calls reporting gunfire and multiple vehicles parked where the shots originated.
Oh, he got arrested.
Arriving at the scene, officers observed several people gathered around two running vehicles with the headlights on. Approaching a BMW SUV, officers immediately smelt burnt cannabis coming from the vehicle.
You know
the driver was asked if he had a medical card, to which he said he did not, and officers also observed what appeared to be an open container protruding from under the passenger seat. They were in West Orlando off Mercy Drive, a crime-ridden neighborhood made famous by rappers such as Glock 9.
Right.
Based on the area, the smell of cannabis, reports of shots fired, and the driver having a suspended license, officers found probable cause to search the vehicle.
For sure.
A bag in the trunk contained 56 grams of cannabis in sealed marked bags, and a metal container containing a pink substance testing positive for ecstasy.
Man, somebody tell Kodak chill out, bro.
I thought he was about to say that pink cocaine, that P. Diddy special.
No! Continuing the search, a male identified as Bill Capri, aka Kodak Black, approached officers and observed the search.
That's his name, Bill Capri? I thought his name was Dr. Octane or some shit.
After clearing the BMW, officers moved to a green Lamborghini Urus, finding James Tweedy sleeping in the back seat.
He's sleeping. How the hell some shots get let off, police searching the shit, they got lights on and you in the back sleep?
To him,
yeah, that shit, man.
Laid a leather bag. Officers opened the front passenger door and without entering could see a white powdery substance on a $100 bill on the floorboard. Next to the $100 bill was a pair of pink scissors, the same scissors seen in an Instagram post by Kodak Black 7 days prior to this incident.
Interesting.
The two rings on the floorboard also matched the rings worn by Kodak. Officers woke Tweedy up to search the vehicle, and as he exited, he reached down towards his waist and his shirt slightly came up. Officers could see he was armed, and they'd remove a holstered Glock 19 off his waist, an extended magazine from his jacket, and $13,985 in his pockets. Tweedy would state the firearm was his and he had a concealed carry license,
but you can't have it around the drugs.
Nothing in the vehicle was his. He'd claim he won the money at the casino, but could not provide any receipts. Searching the Lamborghini, they'd start with the leather bag that was laying next to Tweedy, finding over 28 grams of cannabis. Because he was the only occupant and the bag was directly next to him, he'd be charged with felony possession of cannabis over 20 grams and possession of a concealed firearm and the commission of a felony. Another bag on the rear passenger seat contained 27 grams of ecstasy, $37,000, and multiple documents with the name Bill Capri on them. Even Kodak's federal prison ID card would be found in the bag, along with a bottle of promethazine. That same bag would be seen on Kodak Black's Instagram days prior.
That's
They'd also find his gun lighter that he can be seen with on multiple occasions.
Right.
Everyone on scene was asked if the bag belonged to them, and they all denied ownership. When Kodak was informed of the money in the bag, he attempted multiple times to have the money turned over to him, claiming it belonged to his business, but he would not claim the bag or its contents. Under the rear passenger floorboard, officers found a Glock 23, and again, everyone denied ownership. Now, this took place back in November, and for some reason, it took until April 17th, 2026 for officers to receive an FDLE report identifying the substance found in the pink bag was 25 grams of ecstasy.
That's a lot of ecstasy. That's not a lot, but it's too much to be like, yeah, I'm doing this. Like, it's enough for the police to be like, I'm charging you with intent to distribute or trafficking or something like that. Because it's not like they found like 1 or 2 or 3 pills and nothing like that. No, like you got a lot of, and you got promethazine, and you got a bunch of grams of this, and you got Like what you want to definitely avoid even if you not in the streets, you could just be a regular person who just do some drugs or drink some lean every now and then or whatever, which I don't condone. That shit is junky shit, but whatever. I know you're enjoying the video, but by the time I was 23,
We tapped in already, big dog. We tapped in. Saying we tapped in. You ain't got to worry about that. We tapped in.
the same. You never want to have them in the car with you at the same time, bro. Ever, never, never, never. Drugs, a whole lot of cash, and guns. They gonna charge you like you a drug dealer, bro. Whether you could be a rich rapper who just walk around with 50,000 and you got some drugs because you just want a bunch of, but you know what I'm saying? But when you got a lot of drugs, a lot of money, and multiple guns, it's always gonna be bad for you. It's always gonna be bad. It ain't like they found a, see, if me personally, if I ever go somewhere with some Mary Jane, if I ever go somewhere with some thoink, I have it rolled up. That way, if you catch me and I never carry cash. I never walk around with thousands of dollars in cash, period. You know what I'm saying? So if they...
Yeah, I feel like that's not smart, honestly. Like, the only time you should be walking around with cash is if you about to cash out on some shit. Other than that, what the fuck do you have cash for? If anything, that shit's gonna make you paranoid because... You feel me? If you know, you know. Like, yeah, it's stupid.
If I ever do get pulled over, God forbid, with a blunt or something like that, it's gonna be a rolled blunt. One blunt is going to be below the felony limit. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not gonna have no money and preferably no guns around me. You know what I'm saying?
Weight for this drug is only 14 grams, giving probable cause to charge Kodak Black with trafficking MDMA,
right,
14 to 200 grams.
Right.
This charge carries up to 30 years in state prison.
And then you got to think about it. They definitely gonna hit him with trafficking because he ain't from Orlando. So how they gonna look at it like, how did all of these drugs get to Orlando? You have to bring them with you. That's trafficking.
Being mandatory and a $50,000 fine.
I haven't been to the grocery store in...
Going on. 50,000 ain't gonna hurt Kodak, but 30 years is.
Be honest, I don't know how it is in other states, but Florida does not play when it comes to trafficking. And yes, he can get anywhere up to 30 years if he's convicted of this offense, but
especially
3 of those years are mandatory.
He already a felon,
meaning he cannot get less than 36 months inside of prison.
Damn.
These are serious charges. A first-degree felony in Florida.
I'm gonna tell y'all something. I told y'all this before. I came to Miami in 2022. Now in 2022, you still have to have a license to have your gun on you. You know what I'm saying? Now in Florida, you don't have to have a license to have your gun on you, right? But in 2022, you did. So I came out here with 2 legal guns. I knew the rules. They said you could have your gun with you, but it had to be in a case locked up. So I had my gun out riding around Miami, obviously, because what the fuck am I gonna do with my gun in the case, right? And when I got pulled over, by the time they got to the car, the gun was already in the case. Don't know if it was out or in. We don't know. No recollection of that. But I know that by the time I got pulled over, my gun was safely secured in the case under my seat. They still took all 4 of us to jail, and we sat in that bed for 18 hours. You know what I'm saying? Because they smelled loud. They found a few grams of loud. They found the guns. Like, they looked at it like we was trafficking. We just beat it because of the circumstances. The guns was legal. It wasn't that much Mary Jane. You know what I'm saying? And we didn't have really no cash on us at the time. I probably had like $1,000 cash or something like that.
Is the most serious felony you can have aside from a PBL, which would be punishable by life.
Right.
They have not been playing when it comes to drugs in Florida, especially with things testing positive for fentanyl.
Right.
Because people are dying left and right, and they're even giving out murder charges if you're caught selling that shit and someone dies.
Damn.
Bradford Cohen, Kodak's lawyer, would tell TMZ the arrest was a coordinated surrender in which police searched a vehicle with one passenger who was not Kodak. Cohen said cops found a bag containing several items, including a bottle of prescription cough syrup, which allegedly had Kodak's fingerprint on it. Now, this is a clear-cut example of a lawyer lawyering, saying it was just several items in a bag, and one of them just so happened to be a prescription bottle of cough syrup.
Right.
As if we haven't seen Kodak recording himself sipping lean all over social media.
You're right.
The lawyer also wouldn't mention the 25 grams of ecstasy, Kodak's rings and scissors found next to the $100 bill with ecstasy on it. There's a lot of ways in which this case really looks bad. What's interesting though is Tweety, who was found with a felony amount of weed and a gun on him, just got his case dropped the very same day.
FBI, open up!
Damn.
Kodak gets arrested. Suspicious.
Very same day.
And I'll say this, right? To hear, yeah, these are the new metas. To hear how all of this played out. Initially in the report, it said Kodak's fingerprint wasn't found on anything inside of that bag. There was a Frisbee, there was the bottle of lean, there was multiple items. His fingerprint wasn't found. But the thing is, they can clearly tell this is his bag.
Right.
He's seen in pictures and videos possessing
With
this
the bag, yeah.
and other items in the bag.
Right.
And they even found items, documents with his name on them, including his federal prison ID.
It's just like Pooh Shiesty. Remember when Pooh Shiesty got arrested the first time? The very first time for that shit in Miami? When he robbed them niggas and shot somebody? The reason they caught him is because when they left after Pooh Shiesty shot whoever he shot and they left the scene, they dropped a bag of some money, some cash. When the police get there, they collect the bag of the money and then they match the money serial number. You know, every dollar bill has a serial number. They match that serial number with Pooh Shiesty's pictures from earlier that day in Miami. Same money, same serial number. That's how that's one of the ways they caught Pooh Shiesty. Because they say, oh yeah, that was for sure was you. Because look, you got the same money, same serial number on the same day on the scene of the crime. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing, kind of similar to this.
To have a federal prison ID in the same bag
I don't understand that one.
as an amount of ecstasy that will send you back to prison
Yeah, I don't get that one.
is insane.
Yeah, nah, I ain't gonna lie, that's crazy. My bad, I ain't even been talking. I'm watching, but I'm tuned in just like yo. You see what I'm saying? Like, I just can't find a reason for YouTubers. I mean, not YouTubers, rappers to just be out here like that when y'all boys got a bag right in front of y'all face. Like, something about it just I don't understand. You get what I'm saying? Like, something about what the fuck is going on is really confusing me. I ain't gonna lie, but I'm gonna try to act like it makes sense. All right, I'm trying to act like it makes sense.
To me at least, maybe not to Kodak, but in all seriousness,
I don't understand that one.
Kodak's lawyer said, to sum it up, he can't wait to beat this case and they stay charging Kodak with some bullshit. This is my
That's not bullshit.
perspective on that. Sometimes people need to go to jail to sober up. And I understand this lawyer has a father-son relationship with Kodak, and I'm
Just
not
like I said, sometimes people need to go to jail to save their life. Some niggas out here is just wilding out, tripping, tweaking. And if they don't go to jail, they gonna end up dead. That's the case for a lot of these drill rappers, a lot of these everybody. If they don't go to jail, they gonna end up dead. A lot of people in jail will tell you that, nigga, if I ain't get locked up, I'll be dead. You know what I'm saying? Or if rap didn't save my life, I'll be dead. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes jail, some people just need to go to jail for a second. Maybe it's to sober up. Maybe it's to get their mind right. Maybe it's to stay away from the streets, talk to older people, you know what I'm saying, for different reasons. But some people be having to go to jail to really like change their life for real. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of motherfuckers don't learn it. Most people only learn the hard way. So you might have to go to prison for a few years to really learn, like, oh, this what it's like. I ain't coming back in them motherfucking ooh. Or damn, like I was outside wilding for real. When I get home, I need to calm down. I'm gonna end up back in here dead. Like sometimes you gotta learn the hard way, bro. With a lot of people.
knocking that. And he is a lawyer. He's doing his job.
They don't want you to.
I feel that, bro. I feel that. Man, I don't wish that on nobody, bro. I ain't even gonna lie. Y'all boys be safe, man. Make the right choices, fool.
But you know how sometimes parents let the police take the kid?
Yeah,
They'll
exactly.
teach him a lesson.
Yeah, exactly.
The thing about jail is it sobers you up.
Sobers you up, it keep you alive.
Unless you have crazy access to mad shit. Depends on where you go, really.
Yeah.
nobody wants to see Kodak overdose. And I've had this same
It can
viewpoint
happen,
with
bro.
multiple videos that I've covered. I don't care if it's the Island Boys. I don't care who it is, what they've done that I disagree with. Finding sobriety is key in this situation.
Yeah.
Kodak is a talented rapper, hands down. Some people want to see his downfall, some people don't. But at the end of the day, nobody wants to see him go out like
And
a
die.
Jimi Hendrix
Right.
or any superstar
Yeah.
that's overdosed and
Yeah.
it's cost them their career.
Literally, bro.
Everyone sees the signs and can see how dangerous this is. People have seen him performing and looking like he's gone. And you know, he did a stream with Kai Cenat, threw something up, popped it.
Yeah.
No
That's terrible, man. We gonna end this video short though. I ain't gonna lie, they be long.